Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled Primary and Secondary Alien Technology. Now, people are usually in awe of the type of technology that aliens who use saucer-shaped craft to get around have. In this article, I'd like to show that their technology is actually much like human technology and very inferior to what the creator of the universe is capable of creating. As detailed in Article 238 entitled Aliens Exist, an alien is something or someone that is not of this earth. But there are two distinct types of aliens: aliens who have aligned themselves to Lucifer and aliens that are aligned to God. God, the creator of the universe, is not of this earth and is thus an alien too. There are two main types of technology in the universe: God or created technology, which encompasses all that naturally exists, galaxies, stars, planets, energy, all light and particles. It also includes living organisms such as we find on planet Earth, which procreate through various natural means. For example, plants produce seeds which then grow into a plant of the same species. The daughter plant will have characteristics which identify it as belonging to the same species, but it will also be different from its parent. It will be a unique individual within the species. We will call all that type of technology primary technology. The other type of technology is the kind that takes that which naturally exists and manipulates it in order to create something out of it or use it to perform a function, such as to transform it into a form of energy which can then be used to run an engine or a whole city. It can also refer to the manipulation of naturally occurring plant and animal life, and which through the use of genetic manipulation can be used to create different forms of such life. We'll call this type of technology secondary technology. And we see here some examples of the secondary technology. We see a disc-shaped craft with most likely anti-gravity driving technology. And here on the right, we see a space station in orbit. And this may be built by humans using reverse engineered secondary alien technology. Secondary alien technology, like technology invented by human beings, is used to produce artificial devices. And these are artificial devices. And you may look at Article 238. Again, aliens exist, for the details on aliens and how we can know that they exist. Now, the alien races that are visiting Earth and that do not claim to be coming from the true God seem to have very advanced driving systems for their ships, but their technology is still of the secondary type. They may produce ships that are the size of moons and fill them with perhaps 100,000 individuals, but all of it will be produced out of materials that already exist, and thus they use primary technology to then produce secondary technology. So this, an artificial moon, is secondary technology. The individuals themselves will procreate through cloning and thus through a secondary, not a primary process. They will all be exact copies of their parent, and that unless they are actually humans who can procreate through natural means, and there are some out there. Now, that is another facet of secondary technology. It's not easy to produce a functioning device, and once one is produced, it can be copied, but each individual copy is an exact copy of the original. In the case of the primary type of technology, however, every individual is unique, and often different parts of each individual are unique as well. So here we have a hollow moon with a city inside it, and this is an example of secondary technology. It will contain transport systems, manufacturing and power generation facilities, as well as storage facilities and waste disposal systems, and all may be coordinated by a central computing system, all built out of naturally existing materials. So, for instance, a small plant may have 10,000 leaves on it, and each is different from the other. The main components of each leaf are cells. Each cell has a diameter of about 100 micrometers. But each cell is a living entity with a nucleus, which is like a central processing center, controlling all the functions of the cell, such as growth, metabolism, protein synthesis, and reproduction, or cell division. Proteins are the materials needed to build structures, and thus each cell has a manufacturing facility. There are also power plants inside a cell called chloroplasts, which convert light into energy through a process called photosynthesis. There are also storage facilities in cells called vacuoles, where nutrients can be stored. These vacuoles will, however, double up as garbage disposal facilities, as they contain enzymes that can break up unwanted molecules in a cell. Thus, a cell seems to have everything that a whole city requires: a central headquarters or processing center, power plant, storage facilities, and garbage disposal, all within something with the diameter of 100 micrometers. And we see here a diagram of a plant cell and the various parts inside it. These are the chloroplasts that convert light into energy. We have the nucleus here, we have the vacuole here, and this is the membrane. It's rigid and plants. And we have various other parts of the cell that have various different functions. And there will also be a transport system within them so that nutrients can get to the right places and waste can be removed. Now, the width, the size of a cell is between 10 and 100 micrometers. A human hair varies in thickness from between 20 and 200 micrometers. So plant cells are usually about half the size of human hair. And here we see a leaf, and we're going to go with an example of a leaf that is 2 by 5 centimeters in size, and we're going to find that it contains some 100,000 cells, and each cell works, as I said, like a miniature city. Water and nutrients flow in, individual proteins and enzymes are manufactured, and everything works together precisely and on time. So how many of these primary technology functioning cities are found in one leaf on a plant? Let us suppose we have a leaf which is 2 by 5 centimeters in surface area. This would be about 1 by 2 inches. Plant cells actually vary in size between 10 and 100 micrometers in size. We are going to assume that each cell occupies an area with a radius of 100 micrometers. So that's already twice as large as the largest size we have here. But that is to make sure we account for the area between cells. And we're going to estimate that there are 3 levels of cells in each leaf. As we know, each leaf is thicker than a human hair, so that's also a conservative estimate. Then the surface area of one leaf, which is 10 centimeters cubed or 10 to the minus 3 meters cubed, and then we can calculate the number of cells, which is 3 times, that's the 3 levels, the area, which is 10 to the minus 3 meters squared, divided by the area of each cell, which is the area of a circle, and the radius would be 10 to the minus 4 meters squared. And then we do the calculation, we get 9 times 10 to the 4, about 100,000 cells in each leaf. And this means that in a plant that may have 10,000 leaves, we end up with 1 trillion mini cities. And on top of that, each individual leaf is unique. Now, if we then consider the number of plants on the planet which belong to the same species of plant, we can see that we quickly get to incomprehensible numbers. This should, however, give an idea of the difference between primary and secondary technology, and therefore the difference between that which Lucifer and his subjects are capable of creating and what God is capable of. There is just no comparison. So in conclusion, Lucifer's technology is a secondary type of technology and far inferior to the primary technology of the creator of the universe, the true God. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.